Hey guys and girls, Hugh Coscoil, the Fish Finder Coach. In this quick video, we're going to be going over how we're going to export our waypoints from our Humminbird Helix unit and transfer them over so we're able to view them on a Lowrance Fish Finder or a Garmin Fish Finder. It's a pretty simple process once you know what you're doing, but right off the bat, it's a little bit tricky, so we're going to walk through it. A couple things that I'm going to need. Number one thing is going to be an SD card. Depending on your Helix unit, you're going to need either a micro or a full-size SD card. What I'm going to need is I'm going to need an SD card that is between 2 and 32 gigabytes. If it's bigger than that, it won't work. I'm also going to need an HP laptop or HP computer. So I'm able to download Humminbird PC, an app on my computer. Will not work on a Mac, unfortunately. So if you do not have that, this is going to be a little bit trickier for you. And there's going to be a couple different workarounds, but we're going to be talking about using an HP in this video. So first thing I'm going to do, like I said, I've got my Humminbird Helix here. They use a little bit funky file format. It's going to be an HWR file for our waypoints. We want to convert that to a GPX for our Lowrance or our Garmin Fish Finder. So what I'm going to do, I've already got waypoints in here. This is also going to work for tracks and routes as well. I've got my waypoints already on the unit. I'm going to go ahead, just plug my SD card in, and you're going to see when you insert it, it's going to prompt you with a message. It's going to say SD card successfully encrypted. Humminbird Helix units have to have some certain files on there so that they're able to understand the different waypoints that are on the unit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to export those waypoints. So I'm going to hit menu. I'm going to see at the top of the screen, I'm going to come over here to nav. I'm going to scroll down to waypoints, routes, and tracks. That's going to show up all my tracks, all my waypoints, everything. I want to export everything. We're going to be talking about how we're going to filter them in another video. I've got that in the upper right-hand corner of this video if you guys want to check that out. But I'm going to go ahead and export all of these right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select options, come down to select all. I'm going to select export. And it's going to say save tracks, waypoints, and routes to the SD card, overwriting everything. So I want to make sure that I don't have any information on there because it will overwrite it. So you're going to have to kind of do multiple if you want to do specific lakes, or like I said, use that GPX filtering tool that I had in the top right a second ago. But I'm going to go ahead and click yes right here. It's going to come up at the top of the screen right here. And I'm going to wait for that yellow bar to disappear. Sometimes if you pull it off, pull the SD card out before that, it's not going to transfer all the data. So I wait for that yellow bar to disappear. And I'm free to remove my SD card. And we're going to go over to our computer and start to look at it there. So first thing that I talked about, like I said, I need an HP computer. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Google the Humminbird PC download. This is coming from Humminbird's website. Do not click on any other links. This is coming directly from Humminbird's website. Go through the steps to download that. I'm going to go ahead and get on the Humminbird PC screen right here and show you exactly what we're looking at. So once I open up the Humminbird PC app, you're going to see just a computer in the top left corner. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert my SD card into my computer here. If you don't have a SD card reading computer, you might just have to get a dongle or borrow somebody else's computer to try to do this. But my laptop has an SD card reader. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in right quick. And when I plug it in the left side of the screen, I'm going to start to see the SD card show up on the screen. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and click File, and then I'm going to click Open. And then because, like I said, this is a Humminbird Helix file, it's a .hwr file for my waypoints. So I need to go ahead and open that up and make sure that I select the right file whenever I do open that up. And it's going to show up on my screen. So what you're going to see is I've got all of my waypoints. Those are going to be in the data.hwr file. And then I've got some boat lanes and some creek channels that are marked using tracks on my unit. Those are going to be the .ht files, and there's going to be one track per HT file, but all the waypoints are going to be that data.hwr file. That's what I'm going to focus on right now, but I will be doing the same process for each of these tracks as well. You can also start to open all of them up in the same file, and it's going to create one GPX. So I went ahead and selected the data.hwr file. What you're going to see is it's going to create a new file with a funky name, .gpx. And this is the file that we're going to start to use and export it and put it back on our SD card that we're going to take over our Garmin or our Lowrance units. Using the Humminbird PC app, we can do a bunch of things like change the name, change the coordinates, and change the icon. When we're doing this, the icons may not read the exact same depending on which fish finder you're going to upload it to. So you may have to go in and change the icon on the units, but you can also use that GPX filtering tool that we've talked about a couple times that I've got linked in the description below. I want to take that first waypoint file and put it on my SD card. That's the GPX file. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to upload it to the unit. I'm going to actually right click on the name of that .gpx file I'm going to click Save As, and I can save it to whatever I want right now. I'm going to be able to name it, but I need to make sure that I save it as a .gpx, and I'm going to save it on the SD card. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and click that red up arrow on the SD card on the left side of the screen. That's going to eject my SD card, and then I'm able to safely remove that SD card from the computer, and I'm able to take that over to my Garmin or my Lowrance unit and upload it there. So I've gone ahead and removed the SD card from my computer. I'm able to go ahead and plug it into my Lowrance here. Got no waypoints on this unit right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the Pages button, come over here to Storage, Memory Card, and I can see test.gpx, which we saw exported from our Humminbird PC app. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to go ahead and import, and I'm going to click yes. And to go ahead and confirm, I'm going to start to look at my waypoints here on the screen, but I can start to see none of the icons change. So that's unfortunate. We can go in and use that GPX filtering tool that I've talked about before, go ahead and change all these, but all of these are named. The coordinates are going to be the exact same. Some of them had the same icons right there. Drain had the same fish icon, but a lot of these, hard spot will have the same, roadbed, rock. All depends on the type of waypoint and the icon that you had before, but a lot of these are just gonna be the conventional blue dot for the Lowrance waypoints, which is okay. We still have the waypoint, we still have the right coordinates, and we still have the right name. Not the end of the world, but we are able to go into that GPX filtering tool, change the icons using a CSV, but we are good to go. And that's exactly how we're gonna start to transfer our waypoints from Humminbird Helix, a HWR file type for our waypoints. Take those waypoints, plug them into Humminbird PC on our HP computer, export them as a GPX, and then take that GPX file and plug it into our Garmin or our Lowrance fish finder. And we're going to be able to have everything show up just as we did on our Humminbird. Icons may be a little bit different, but that's okay. If you guys want to get the best settings for your fish finders, whether it's a Humminbird, a Lowrance, or Garmin fish finder, go ahead and check out fishfindercoach.com, where we've got PDF settings guides to get the best settings for your exact transducer. And then we've got video courses as well to teach you how to read and how to use each sonar. But hopefully this video helps you guys out. Thank you guys for watching.